What's up, fam? Coach Cam. We are back again with another video, and in today's video I want to discuss health. I want to discuss fitness. I want to discuss why is it normal for people to ignore their bodies and ignore their health, ignore their nutrition, and not exercise. Why is our country and our world okay with this? This is not normal. This should not be normal. We should treat our bodies with respect, and we should try our best to be healthy for our families, for our children, for our children's children. And so to do this, you want to exercise. You want to train the muscles of your body your entire life. And you want to be strong, right? Not just go do cardio, but not be very strong. You want muscular strength. Because when you're 90 years old and you're struggling to walk, the only thing that's going to keep you from not falling is having muscle strength in your legs, right? So why is it so normal? And why does nobody think about lifting when they're older? A lot of older adults suffer from issues that can be cured from lifting. Diabetes, sarcopenia, right? Falling, heart disease, like any issue you could basically think of can be cured by contracting your muscles. So it's so simple, yet so many people don't do this. Why is that? And from a young age, right? People just are taught to eat junk food. They're taught to do whatever they want and not have self-control and have self-discipline. That's probably the largest reason, is because people don't have discipline anymore. People can't control themselves. They want something, they go get it. They have to have it. They can't stop themselves. They can't think for themselves. We need to stop that. And I know for myself and my family, that stops right now. I am putting my foot down, and I'm going to be the leader and the example in my family to say, hey, we're going to have discipline. We're going to be strong and smart and healthy. And I tell my boys that every day, at least once a day. I tell them, you are strong, you are smart, every day. I'm speaking that into existence and encouraging them in that, and they love it. They eat it up. All they want to do is be strong and smart, and I couple those together so that they're not just one or the other. It's so much harder for people to become fitter later in life because they have all these habits and mental barriers that they have to overcome. When if you just train up yourself or your children into working out, making healthy choices when they're young, then it won't be so hard when they're older. Kids will generally follow in their parents' footsteps. And what's scary about that is if your parents' footsteps are lack of self-control and obesity and poor health outcomes, the odds of the child following in that are very likely. And this is why a lot of diseases follow in people's families, because their nutrition is the same across the board. Their physical activity level is the same. So you think like, oh, I have genetics for this disease and this health problem. Well, you eat the same food as your family. You have the same lifestyle as them. So when they get certain health problems, of course you would come down with those same health problems. But you can change that by changing your lifestyle, changing your habits, deciding that no, I'm going to work out, I'm going to train my muscles, I'm going to eat high protein, whole foods, and I'm going to watch my weight, and I'm going to cut fat if I need to, you know? You have to do what you have to do. It's no one's coming to save you, no one's coming to fix you, no one's coming to hold your hand. You have to do it. You have to figure this out. And sadly, these are some basic concepts that we all should have been taught in elementary school, and definitely by middle school. We should have known what foods are healthy and what's not. We should have had the discipline to work out, to be stronger and fitter. Like, this is basic stuff. Like, how much better would our whole society be if we took this seriously. I remember myself being in high school and the guidance counselor bringing up if I wanted to take an anatomy class the next year, because everyone has a body and it'd be a good idea to like learn about it. And I was like, no, I don't think I'll take that. How dumb of me. I later went on to get a bachelor's and master's in exercise science. Why didn't I just take a basic anatomy class? That should have been part of the curriculum to begin with. Everybody deserves to know this information. And instead, fitness and health and nutrition are all completely ignored until someone has a major health problem, a major life event, where now, oh snap, I have cancer. Oh snap, I am 100 pounds overweight. It's like, why did it take to that point, right? We should have been taught these things from the beginning. That would have been way better for our society, for our families. We would have been able to do more, have a higher quality of life, right? And even if you're not overweight or obese, there are other health outcomes that you can improve from lifting. Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes. You don't have to be overweight or obese to have some of those risk factors and some of those health issues, right? You don't have to be very out of shape to get those. You can be what people call skinny fat, right? You have a high body fat and basically no muscle, but you look like average size. Like no one would think like, oh man, you're obese, overweight. But if your body fat level is really high and you have no muscle, that means you have no buffer, no protection from diseases, because your skeletal muscle is a protector from viruses, from diseases, right? Just having high quality muscle on your body is going to help you in so many ways. It's hard to describe because the ways in which it helps you are so vast that it helps you process glucose, which is a huge benefit to help reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, sarcopenia, falling, just being generally weak, out of breath. If you can process glucose, you are way ahead of 90% of the population who does not work out, and they will not be able to process the amount of carbohydrates that are given to us in our food. It's everywhere, and that goes back to self-control and what you buy at the grocery store. I don't buy junk food. I'm not sitting here in my kitchen avoiding eating junk food because it's not even there. I never bought it to begin with. I didn't even go down those aisles in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Stick to the perimeter of the grocery store if as much as you possibly can, because that's where you're going to get your vegetables, it's where you're going to get your dairy, your meats, things that are very vital to your health, to your vitamins and minerals. And that brings me to another point. If you are taking pills to survive, you are sick, right? The sick person needs medicine in order to live, or else they die. Why does everybody who's like 50 and up take a bunch of pills every day? Like, I don't get it. When is this going to stop? When are we going to take control of our own health? Doctors don't know this stuff. This is some basic stuff I'm putting you on right now. And literal doctors don't even know how to eat properly. They don't even know how to exercise. They don't understand that the body is capable of healing itself. That's a scary thing. We need to step up, learn about your body, and push yourself so that you can have health and fitness and you can be strong throughout your whole life. We're fed this lie that as you get older, you just get weaker. Like it just happens, and then your health also declines. Your health does not decline because you get older. Your health declines when your habits catch up to you and you can no longer escape the reality of your choices. If your choices are going to be drinking soda every day, fast food, eating excess calories, you're running your body into the ground. We when we have cars and vehicles, we put the proper fuel into the car, right? If you put the wrong fuel, it does not drive right and it will die and crash on you way sooner. So that's the same thing with your body. The human body is extremely resilient and is trying to keep you alive. I'm going to go on a tangent here and hopefully this video doesn't get banned. But essentially, a side note when it comes to your body trying to keep you alive is going to come down to cancer, right? So cancer is essentially a tumor of parasites and toxins that your body has created a tumor to protect the rest of your body from those toxins and parasites. So that is just how resilient your body is to keep you alive, right? We can survive eating very suboptimal nutrition and low calories and in harsh environments. Why? Because your body's trying to keep you alive. And so, with that being said, people who die of metabolic disease, think of the decades that they beat their body up in order for it to die early, right? That's a terrible thing. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I would love for everyone to train their bodies, to train their muscles, and get stronger so that you're resilient to viruses, you're resilient to illness, and you're a stronger human being. It helps your body in so many ways that I can't believe this isn't mainstream. Thankfully, my generation is mostly getting on board with this, right? We've seen our parents' generation, we've seen the previous generations before us not care about exercise. And while, the boomers and the greatest generation back in that time, they didn't really work out too much, but they also weren't very obese. They didn't consume the same type of foods we have, right? The foods that we have today in the grocery stores are largely void of nutrients. And even the foods that have high nutrition profiles, the food, it's as if it's been voided of some of the nutrients, right? It's like it's half as nutritious as it used to be, essentially, in terms of actual bioavailable vitamins and nutrients. So, with that being said, how much more important is it for you to pick foods that give your body nourishment? When you eat junk food, you'd be surprised to know that you are actually depleting resources in your body. You are depleting some of the vitamins and minerals when you consume junk food, because every day your body is using vitamins and minerals, and when you're not increasing those and adding to that count, you are depleting it. Your body uses nutrients and energy to break down food. So if you're giving it junk food, it's literally wasting your energy and resources just to break down some food that's not even going to provide it with any sustenance. So that alone is a reason to increase your hydration, increase your whole food and your diet so that you can reduce processed foods and become healthier at a healthier body weight and become stronger overall. And once you break this chain of your family of being raised eating junk food, you have so much more power in your life to make decisions for yourself, for your spouse and your family. You lead the way, right? And being an example of health and fitness, not only to your family, but anyone who comes in contact with you. It keeps you younger. Why would you not want to be younger? Why would you not want to be healthier, right? If you want to age faster, here's a recipe to age as fast as possible. I would smoke cigarettes. I would drink alcohol. I would consume as much sugar on a daily basis as I possibly can. I would overeat excessive amounts of junk food, food that's devoid of nutrients. That would literally be the best way to age your body and to put yourself at a very big disadvantage for your health in the future. Having to overcome all of those changes, right? You have to change your food, change your mindset, overcome the food addiction is really what it is at this point, because we have foods today that are bioengineered to be addictive, right? We already know about high fructose corn syrup. Well, there's so many other words for the word sugar in food. It's even in cough drops, guys. I went to the store the other day to get my wife some cough drops because she was sick, and the cough drops have sugar in them. Had to read every label until I found one that did not contain sugar. How ridiculous, right? So it's just crazy in this day and age how aware you have to be, because basically whatever choices you make with your health, they're going to be made for decades, right? Just like brushing your teeth. You do it every day, twice a day, your whole life. Well, what if you didn't brush your teeth twice? What if you only brushed them once? That's going to have a huge impact across the span of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So imagine the impact of working out for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and the health outcomes of that compared to if you did not. It's insane, the difference, guys. It's insane. And I don't know about you, but I want to be that old man who's jacked, who can keep up with the grandkids, and that never skipped a beat, right? And I know my grandpa was very fit. He didn't work out with weights per se, but he did have a little routine he would do every day, and that helped keep him fit into his 80s. So if you want to live a long and healthy life, the time is now. It's never too late, and that's the best part, is it's never too late. Even if you're older, out of shape, you can start today and you would see insane changes in a matter of months. Changes that you wish you would have had back in your 20s and 30s. So hopefully you guys liked the video and learned something and are motivated to push yourself to be healthier and fitter. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much.